war. The Kremlin never expected to have this much trouble against the Mujahideen. Afghanistan is a tribal society. Tradition demands that its people stand up to any outsiders who set foot on their land. With the honor of their people at stake, they have everything to fight for. No matter how hard the Soviets hit them, they continue to appear out of nowhere, striking back, then vanishing again. But there's one thing even the Mujahideen fear. Every last one of them. The Soviet gunships. They're highly maneuverable and equipped with massive firepower. Plus, the underside of the fuselage is heavily armored. The Mujahideen can barely scratch them with their small arms. Anyone who hangs around gets mowed down by the gunship's heavy machine guns. This new honeybee weapon that was given to the Hamid fighters, it's no doubt something to help them strike back against the gunships, which makes it a weapon that could change the course of the war. Those guerrilla fighters known as Mujahideen don't actually belong to a single organization. Afghanistan is a multi-ethnic country. You've got the Pashtuns, the Tajiks, Uzbeks, Hazaras, and each of them is split into their own tribes, large and small. Each ethnicity has several rebel organizations that their various tribes gather under. They're united under the banner of jihad, but that doesn't mean they work like a single standing army. Just look at the area around Smasy Fort. A lot of Tajiks used to live there, but they fled after the Soviets started their Scorched Earth campaign. With the area uninhabited, the Hamid fighters, who are Pashtun, decided to move in. The Hamids are based out of the city of Peshawar. We passed through it on the western edge of Pakistan. The Pashtun people have long lived in Afghanistan and western Pakistan. They used to travel back and forth frequently. Then Britain went and established the border that still stands today. The Hamid fighters get generous support from the Pakistani government. The government wants to use them to secure influence over Afghanistan. Their liaison with the Hamids is Inter-Services Intelligence, and behind the ISI, you have the CIA. That's probably how the honeybee ended up in the hands of the Hamid men.
Ocelot said the number of private forces is increasing, and they've modeled themselves after us.
They're a far cry from the likes of us.
But why? 9 years ago we made enemies of the world as a nuclear-equipped force, independent of ideology or state.
Yes. Sooner or later, the real UN would have stepped in.
So why are they giving these PFs free rein?
That's our fault, too.
What do you mean?
What happened 9 years ago was a real problem for a lot of people. An organization as big as ours, with our facilities, was wiped off the map. Not an easy thing to hide. But if our existence came to light, so would the names of our clients. We had contracts all over, east and west, from superpowers to banana republics, the lot. Our clients denied all association with the likes of us. They had to make sure things didn't blow up on them. But at the same time, they missed us. They really missed us. The demand for armies for hire was as strong as ever. The international community turned a blind eye to what happened to us, despite still needing people who could do our jobs. History couldn't afford to lose us. As soon as we were gone, they needed a replacement. So private forces spread everywhere. And they're all just a phone call away.
But still.
I know. PFs are totally different from what we envisioned. Nation-states, revolutionaries, terrorists, they have a lot of clients, and Cypher is one of them. Cypher stays anonymous, but I know their work when I see it. In the eyes of those clients, the world's PFs are all just expendable pawns. The clients don't have to worry about losing their own men. Nobody knows they're involved, and PFs are cheap. In short, the world is chewing up soldiers and spitting them out. Even some of the old Mother Base's survivors are still working for PFs. Some guys created their own smaller forces. Others were taken on by emerging PFs. Everybody's gone their separate ways. But none of them are living their dream, because they're not fighting with you. Of course, I tried to headhunt as many of them as I could for Diamond Dogs. It was all a waste of time. They said they weren't interested without you to lead them, but now you're back. And everything's gonna change. We'll unite all private forces under you, transcending nations and economies. What is a nation? Just a patch of dirt. The bonds among us will surpass nations, and that's what'll put the world under our control. We'll establish a new kind of country, redefine the very concept of it. Even Cypher will be below us. An extraterritorial federation of military nations. The United States of Force. Once word of Big Boss's return starts traveling, that'll be our true deterrent against Cypher. In other words, no one will dare to come gunning for you.
How do you figure?
Cypher lacks a large-scale fighting force. PFs are the perfect tool for them. But those PFs revere you. The legendary Big Boss. If Cypher killed you now, they wouldn't take it lying down. Maybe they'd even go looking for revenge, but they definitely wouldn't keep doing Cypher's dirty work, even if it put their lives at stake. That's why it's no longer a benefit to Cypher to get rid of you. The very fact that you're alive is our greatest defense against Cypher.
Nice to know. It'll buy us some time while we get back to full strength.
Just keep in mind that what I'm saying is generalizing a lot. In practice, the PFs around the world don't know your face. Just declaring that you're Big Boss won't be enough to convince them. And if they see you as an enemy, they'll come at you with everything they've got.
Some hero.
That's why you need to bring them back to Mother Base. Show them on your terms that you really are the one and only Big Boss. Once you've proven that, they won't hesitate to join us. Snake, do you remember Amanda?
Yeah, I do.
Their revolution was a success. Somoza resigned. Nicaragua has a new government. Amanda's really working hard for her country to be reborn.
Good for them.
She says she wishes Chico could be there.
That revolution was the dream. For Amanda, for Chico, and their father.
That chopper was no place for Chico to die. I'd like to at least think history will remember his part in the revolution.
When you pick up a gun, there's always a chance you'll die for nothing. He knew that as well as the rest. Now that he's gone, it's up to the rest of us to decide what it was all worth. If we don't, there's nothing to prove that Chico ever lived at all. We're his mark on the world.
Amanda told us that Strangelove contacted her after the revolutionaries came to power in Nicaragua. Strangelove, the AI researcher from Mother Base?
I remember her.
We'd lost touch with her, till Amanda heard from her out of the blue. She told Amanda she wanted to salvage Peace Walker's drive parts, or something from the bottom of Lake Nicaragua. Amanda passed the request on to her friends in the new administration. She's a national hero now, after all. So Strangelove got a Soviet military aircraft to transport something to somewhere. But apparently the cargo wasn't big enough to have been Peace Walker itself.
So what was it?
Who knows? We recovered Peace Walker's nuclear warhead ourselves 9 years ago. What could Strangelove have been after? Amanda said she didn't mention what her reason was or where she was headed. Nicaragua is a socialist state now. And with Amanda vouching for her, the government didn't feel the need to concern itself with the details. All Strangelove told Amanda was that she was going to continue her research, and that the rest was a secret. Right before the attack, Huey was in the control tower to prepare for the inspectors. He was with them when it all went down. The control tower collapsed with the rest of it strut. His body was never recovered. But he was the one who met the inspection party when they arrived. And he was the one who showed the nuclear inspectors to the tower. You remember the way it went. First he recommends we agree to the inspection. Then he gives them the okay without our permission. All the time acting as if he was doing us a favor. On top of that, he even had the guards disarmed that day. It would send the wrong message, he said. Whatever the angle, it all leads back to Huey. I curse my own stupidity for not realizing sooner. Huey escaped with that unit by chopper. I've been hunting him for 9 long years. The other reason I was operating around Afghanistan was to dig up his location.
Huey's in Afghanistan?
Yes, and I have a good idea where. Now we just wait for the right moment. This time, we'll be the ones using him. He's going to tell us who our guests really were that used a fake nuclear inspection to blast our home into the ocean.
Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please select a mission.
If we're going to expand Mother Base, we need more manpower. And not just for combat roles either. R&D, the support unit, intel, each demands a different set of skills. If we want to achieve what we've set out to do, Diamond Dogs has got to get stronger. There's a Soviet engineer I want to have join us. He was the one who built your prosthesis. With him on our side, who knows what sort of enhancements he'll come up with for it. He tried to defect but didn't make it, and now he's being held prisoner at Wak Sin Barracks. Find this engineer and get him out. Having him on our R&D team will go a long way to helping Diamond Dogs grow.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan. Deploying.
Boss, the Soviet engineer is being held prisoner at the Wak Sin Barracks. You need to find him and get him out. He tried to defect from the base camp up north, but it didn't work out. Now they're holding him at Wak Sin. He's offered his technical skills to us as long as we can guarantee his safety. You have to extract the target.
Boss, your target just happens to be the man who developed your prosthetic hand. And he's the only one capable of maintaining it. If we bring him in, I'm sure he'll be able to modify it in all kinds of ways as well.
Be careful down there, boss.
Stories of them leaving you alone if you play dead are just a myth, boss. Think carefully before you decide to take one of them on.
Yeah.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's the Waksin barracks. The target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
Analysis complete. 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 Sun will set shortly.
Слышал, о чем говорила женщина рядом на электростанции? Знаем, что с ней. Говорят, что она голая.
Голая? Да нафиг.
Серьезно? Значит, что она не местная.
Слушай, если видишь ее, скажи мне.
Главный как.
Ау! С тобой все в порядке? Посмотри! Стреляй!
Where are your friends?
Great. I've updated the info on your iDroid. Take a look. I hope he's all right.
The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete.
Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
Не стреляй!
Spit it out. Where are
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
Я не хочу умирать!
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated. Extraction failed.
Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкройте врага. Конец связи.
So your suppressor is worn out. That gun will be as loud as any other now. If you have to shoot, be careful.
Analysis complete. Supply drop complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Всех постав! Это командир! Где вся радиосвязь вышла из строя? Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление с других постов! Окопайтесь и удержите
Внешняя радиосвязь вышла из строя. Мы не можем выполнить подкрепление с других аванпостов. Окопайтесь и удержите позиции своими силами. Конец связи!
Analysis complete.
Команда 239. Потерял визуальный контакт. Перемещаюсь в известной позиции. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи.
You gotta extract him.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Всех постов! Это командир! Внешняя радиосвязь вышла из строя! Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление с других аванпостов! Окопайтесь и удержите позиции своими силами! Конец связи!
Supply drop complete.
Команда 239! Потерял визуальный контакт! Перемещаюсь по светоизвестной позиции! Прием! Это КП, понял. Обследуйте сектор, но осторожно. Конец связи. Команда 239! Никаких признаков противника! Обыскиваем местность! Прием! Это КП, понял. Обыщите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. Понаемел Санку.
Looks like the enemy's lost sight of you.
Но потеряли
We're
врага.
gonna try to hunt you down.
Спрятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность.
Intel file obtained.
You got an intel file. Unfortunately, there's nothing new in it.
КП, это Дмитрий 4. Моей машины нигде нет. Кто-то ее забрал? Прием. Дмитрий 4. Это КП. Нам никто об этом не докладывал. Видимо, она срочно кому-то понадобилась. Продолжайте выполнять задание пешим ходом. Конец связи. Вот засранцы. КП, это Зоя-7. Не атаковали! Но мне не видно врага! Прием! Это КП, понял. Будьте начеку. Выкурите врага. Конец связи.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Roger that.
Extraction failed. Analysis complete.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost. A portable toilet. If you're gonna hide inside, watch the enemy doesn't decide to use it. Same goes for hiding downed enemies in it. Just what we need to develop new weapons and equipment.
КП, это Зоя 6. Немедленно проверю. Конец связи.
You have arrived at your destination.
КП, понял. Будьте максимально осторожны. Конец связи. КП, это Зоя 1. Мы осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте наготове. Конец связи.
Boss, you've entered a building. Always keep an escape route in mind when you head indoors. If you get surrounded, you'll have nowhere to run.
Прием. Это КП, понял. Последующие потери неприемлемы. Держите ухо востро. Конец связи.
subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Скорее всего, запасил лазутчик. Я занялся его поисками. Прием. Это КП, понял. Всем боевым группам проверить окрестности. Избавиться от чужака. Конец связи. КП, это 46. Оборудование разрушено. Саботаж со стороны врага. Прием. Это КП, понял. Немедленно проверить и встать оперативную сводку. Конец связи.
Помоги мне!
Analysis complete.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces. That looks like the target.
Этот протез. Я его сделал. Это мой шедевр. Обычные протезы. Это скучно. Я специалист.
If there's nothing in the way overhead, you should be able to fold them in.
Механические гибриды. Можно сказать, что это не протез, а бионическая рука. За свою жизнь я создал тысячи таких конечностей. Они использовались спросом даже в Кремле. И вот благодарность. Сделай гигантские руки для новой боевой платформы, они мне сказали. Я ведь...
КП, это 46.
А они
Смотрели сектор.
хотели меня сделать заводным кружкой.
Прием. Это КП, понял. Удивительно. Не позволяйте им напасть на вас. Конец связи.
Этого не вынес. И поэтому сбежал. Но они меня поймали. Я этого не вынес. И поэтому сбежал. Но они меня поймали. Теперь можно... Воу.
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. Всем боевым группам, это КП. Все активы из B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Target extraction confirmed.
Gaining altitude.
Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Buddy departing area of operations.
Departing.
Nice work.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete. Great work. engineer we rescued has been extremely cooperative. The guys on the R&D team are glad to have him aboard. Thing is, his specialty isn't mechanics, but something called bionics, engineering based on biology. He's already submitted a proposal for modifying your prosthetic arm. If you're interested, go ahead and give the development order. Boss, as requested, we've added an analyzer function to your binoculars. Now you can view soldiers or POWs and get a readout on their rank or any special skills they might have. Depending on their skills, they may even be able to develop new types of weapons or items. Try it out the next time you're thinking of folding someone.
Please select a land heading to Mother Base.
Halt! Hey, see that? Now that's discipline. Following orders like a real diamond dog. Soon he'll be... Hey, no! Stay! Stay! Didi! Go!
No, maybe not yet.
But soon.
Soon.
Roger.